Well, it is Medical Monday here on KRDO News Channel 13 with our very own Dr. John Torres. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. How are you guys doing?
Doing great.
Coughing and hacking and sore throats?
Like everybody else.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
In fact, that's our first question. Lots of fires going on in the region. Lots of people talking about feeling the effects, breathing problems. What can we do to avoid feeling the impact of smoke and particulates?
And it's really hard to avoid, especially when it's as thick as it was yesterday. But here's the deal. Smoke is made up of a complex mixture of gases and fine particles. That happens when wood or other organic matter starts burning and getting into the air. Now, the biggest health threat from smoke comes from those fine particles. They're microscopic, but they can get into your eyes and down into your lungs, your respiratory system. That's where they can cause health problems, burning eyes, runny nose, and some illnesses like bronchitis. Now, it's important to limit your exposure to the smoke. I think we all know that, but here's what you can do to help protect yourself. Number one, if it's particularly bad, stay indoors, keep your windows closed, turn on the air conditioning. And this is extremely important here. Stay hydrated. If you start to experience some wheezing and shortness of breath, that's when you need to see your doctor immediately, because it's probably just going to get worse.
Yeah, and hard to believe this statistic here, 300,000 people are sent to the ER every year just for breathing problems, not necessarily due to what's in the air.
Right, it just gets worse when those particulates are in the air, but there's some things you can actually eat to help out, make your lungs a little better and make them a little healthier. Want to load up on these 5 foods. Coffee, if you like that, enjoy it, because studies suggest that caffeine can actually open up those airway tubes for up to 4 hours after drinking a coffee. Oranges, eat more of those, because a preliminary study found that kids with asthma wheezed less when they ate foods rich in vitamin C, like oranges. And in vitamin E and nuts, they could help open up the airways as well, and they reduce inflammation. And onions, they're loaded with flavonoids. That helps fight inflammation, but it can also protect the lining of your lungs and the bronchial tubes, which are even down further, especially from damage caused by pollution. And last, if you like yogurt, enjoy some, because those contain probiotics. They're beneficial bacteria that's been shown to reduce inflammation and can really, really help out.
A quick follow-up to that, do you think eating those foods this week for people here?
I think they can help out, especially some of the ones on short-term. Oranges, the anti-inflammatory ones, the onions with flavonoids. Of course, you have to get a breath mint afterwards, but
Yeah, so the effects, though, are pretty immediate then.
They can be fairly immediate, and they can be long-term. They can be both. And, of course, it depends on how much you eat. But, the vitamin C, it takes a little longer term. The flavonoids kick in pretty quick.
Good to know. Good
Yeah.
stuff. I want to shift gears a little bit, talk about some flu shots. We know they protect us when we get it, but it turns out pregnant women who get flu shots may pass on some of that protection to their babies as well.
Right, and that's important because babies can't get flu shots right away, but it only protects them for a few weeks. This study was funded by the Gates Foundation and conducted in South Africa. It found the flu vaccine to be about 86% effective for 8 weeks, but the vaccine's effect did drop off sharply between 8 and 24 weeks of age. Now, the study's lead author said it's important to find a vaccine that works in babies, because currently there's no flu vaccine that's approved for infants under the age of 6 months. But of course, this can help out a little bit, and this study was published in the online JAMA Pediatrics, and so it's a well-vetted study.
Yeah,
which is good.
Good stuff, and a great solution for mothers who are concerned. Maybe they live in areas that have seen a lot of flu cases. They want to get that protection, can't get it.
And I think the message here is, if you're pregnant, make sure you get your flu shot. Everybody needs it, but especially if you're pregnant, make sure you get it so you can protect the baby those first few months. Very important.
Good information. Thanks,
Good.
Dr.
Thanks,
John.
Here as always. See you next time.